Hi, this is James Gardner at CineTechGeek, and I'm at CinemaCon 2016, and I've actually come across a very interesting ticketing system. But actually, it's not a ticketing system, although it has ticketing in its name. This is really a social app, and as you know, if you've got your ear to the ground at all on what's big and the millennials are doing, etc., it's all about social. And this is why this story is an interesting story, because this foremost is a social app. It's a social app that happens to sell tickets for cinema.
Getting friends together for a movie can be hard. You've got to pick a film, choose a place and time, and decide who will buy the tickets. What if there was a way to make it not hard? Atom makes movies easy. All your friends, all the movies in one app. You can buy and send tickets to your friends, or they can buy their own. You can even pre-order popcorn and skip the line. Atom, the future of movies.
And I'm going to bring it over to these guys. What's your names again, please?
Matthew Bacall.
And
Amish Palaja.
And they're going to take us through quickly the social app, because I would prefer to call it the social app rather than a ticketing app, because that's what it is to your clients. It's where the traction to your clients comes from, and while they will likely gravitate to this app than to the plethora of all the other ticketing apps out there that don't have the purpose of this app. So I'll leave it to you. So let's quickly go through how this app works.
Sure. So, James, thank you for having us. We have created a social mobile ticketing app called Atom Tickets, and Amish is going to walk you through, but it really is sort of a technology meets Hollywood. So the idea is Silicon Valley and Hollywood come together to come up with the best e-commerce product for cinema chains.
That's right.
And we'll walk you through how it works.
Okay, quick.
Great. So this is the application. You can see this beautiful wheel that's in market. And the idea is that we're going to try to customize the content to you as an individual. So as we learn more and more about our customers, every touch, every swipe, every time we do anything inside the app, we're able to kind of learn and gather that telemetry to personalize the experience.
So does that mean if someone's really into action films, it'll probably surface those first?
That's exactly right.
An action section of the wheel would show up, or a family section of the wheel, depending on your interests.
Right? So the wheel is broken up into these different categories. You can see A to Z, new releases, what your friends want to see. And the idea is that, you know, when we're going to the movies, we want to go with our friends. It's an event. And so how do we help people find the movies that they're going to love, but also connect with the content and people that they want to go with? So as I scroll through this content, you know, I'm going to go through and say, let's say I want to see a new release movie. And I'm going through and I see, let's say, Demolition, right? And I'm curious, I want to go to see this movie, but I'm not sure who's interested in this. So I click on it. And one of the first things we do is we actually scan your social network, and we're on a little bit of a Verizon puck here, so our internet is a little bit slow. Let's try it one more time.
You can make a great app, but it's hard to fix the internet.
Yeah,
there you go.
Especially in Vegas.
Yeah. But you can see here on the top, it says wants to see. This is the list of our friends in my social network, in my address book, that are interested in seeing this movie. So what we've done is we've basically taken every implicit and explicit signal we can get our hands on. Have they watched the trailer multiple times? Have they favorited the movie? Have they liked it on Facebook? Do they like Jake Gyllenhaal on Twitter? You know, all of those variables we bring to bear.
So make it easy to connect with the movies you love and the friends you want to go with.
That's right. So you're basically asking the questions before the questions are actually asked about, I wonder if my friend X wants to see this movie. It's at their fingertips.
That's
The
exactly
platform
right.
is all about making it more convenient.
Yeah.
If we could make it more convenient, could we get you and your friends to go to the movies one more time per year?
Yep.
That's the simple goal.
That's the goal. So if we scroll up here, you can see all the different theaters that are available. There's an interesting opportunity up at the top. We have a robust promotions engine. So what we do is we provide, you know, interesting offers to customers to get them to come into the theaters.
And these things could be programmed by the cinemas themselves, and it says here, buy 2 tickets, get a free popcorn. So whatever I can get to motivate you to come to the movie theater one more time per year. It could be programmed per movie, per location, per showtime, per individual. So we could offer you Junior Mints because you love them. We could offer you a Coke because you love it, and whatever gets you to come back more frequently.
Okay. So you're developing a traction engine to a degree.
That's exactly right. Just like the casinos here in Vegas, they ask you, would you come in for a steak dinner? No. How about a free night? Yes. Okay, now we got you.
Yeah.
And so we can kind of figure out what the right thing to motivate each individual
That's right.
is.
Yes.
Right. So on these showtimes, you can see kind of the listing of theaters. You know, if I click on a particular showtime, let's say we want to go to the 7:40 show. I click on that. The first thing I do is ask you, who do you want to go with?
See, this is what I like. I like it brings up all your friends and what they're sort of doing, and you can just, with a quick click of the button, based on all the telemetry you've already collected, you can just say, these guys all like this movie. Click, you've just invited them.
That's exactly right. So the customers that you see right up at the top are the ones that we think that are most likely to go to this movie with you.
Friends who want to see this movie.
Right?
That's very easy.
So I'm going to say, okay, Matt. I'm going to invite Matt. I'm going to invite Matthew. I'm going to invite Steve and Amanda and Michael. And as I scroll down, I have recent groups. These are people that basically have invited me to the movies, or I've invited them. It could be your fraternity, your church group, your bowling league. It doesn't really matter. Your pub friends. At the end of the day, we're trying to get bigger groups of people to go. So by facilitating the invitation, if you look at the upper left, I'm going to just click on those Olympic rings. With one click, I've just invited 4 plus 20 people. I've invited 24 people to the movies. Now, the beautiful thing here is that I'm not paying for them. I'm just notifying them that I'm going to go see this movie. Would you like to come with me? I would love it if you did, right? And the idea is that if we make that process super easy, there's no inertia around me inviting more people.
And one of the big things I like about this idea is that I go to the movies quite a lot because I'm connected to the movie industry, but I'm in my 40s now, and in your 40s you're very busy, and you've got families to take care of, children, etc. Yep. So getting the time to get people in your age group to have the same time to see a film is really hard.
And what's great about it is, if it worked for someone in his or her 40s, it definitely worked for millennials.
That's right. Well, that's right. Exactly. I find traction myself. I'm sure the millennials will see, because they think social. That's how they've grown up.
That's right.
But I think it also has traction, not just in the younger audience.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's why I find it actually quite interesting, because it's got a wide demographic.
That's exactly right. All customers enjoy convenience.
That's right.
So what we're trying to do is, from the time you think about going to the movies to the time you sit down, the lights go down, we want to make that process easy and fun and convenient.
Yeah, every consumer, doesn't matter their age, has a mobile phone in his or her pocket and is on Facebook. So how do we connect that to your friends and make you go to the movies again more frequently?
Right.
Okay, so let's keep going. What's next?
So the next process is, when I hit next, it's going to ask me how many tickets I want to buy, right? So I could add multiple tickets here very easily. I can also gift tickets. So on the bottom, I could say, okay, I'm going to buy Amanda's ticket. So when I click on her face, right?
So what's happened is Amisha's purchased the ticket, but she gets a ticket on her own phone. She gets her own QR code.
Oh, so the phone acts as the ticket.
Exactly.
That's exactly right. We want to have a completely paperless experience.
That's right.
Right? So the next thing we do is we pre-order concessions.
Yeah, this is new. This is the first time I've seen concessions in the ticketing app.
So the good news for us is, a lot of other industries have started to do this. Starbucks, Chipotle, Taco Bell. We're the only ones who can do it for cinema chains, and we think that's the way customers are going to expect to be treated in the future. I order and I pick up. I don't wait in line.
Okay, so my audience is cinema chain or cinema owners, etc. So let's just quickly go over, how does it get this data to know what the concession can sell?
That's a great question. So we integrate directly into the point of sale system. So we look at what's available in their system and pull those items out. We pull out the right pricing. We create a menu that's exactly the same as what they have. And now all the selection that's available at the concessions booth is available here. So if you click on like Coke, we see all the different flavors. You know, I want my Diet Coke. If I want my candy, I go in here and I can see all the different candies that are available, right? I want my Junior Mints. And we also support, expanded food menus. We support dine-in seats, delivery to your seat. You can order a hamburger, extra pickles, no mustard. All of those kinds of configurations. We support all of them. So,
and that's an important factor, because one of the trends this year at CinemaCon is that, and it's a good trend. Going to the cinema is not about going to the cinema. You don't go to the cinema to watch a movie. You go to the cinema to experience an environment.
It's a night out.
That's right.
That's
that's really surfacing this year, because all the doom and gloom over the years about piracy and VOD and all that sort of stuff hasn't really affected cinema that much. And cinema is starting to realise what it is, and it's an experience. It's not watching a film.
Right.
And so food is part of that experience.
Absolutely.
Right? And so what is it, stats this year? 60% of people who go to the cinema get a meal as well, before or after.
That's right.
These are certain telemetries that is really key to understanding who we are as a cinema industry, right? And So we need to, like your app or apps like yours, need to start to play up to that characteristic of our industry.
Absolutely. And for us, the goal is with the cinema chains, how do we increase conversion and how do we increase basket size? How do we help them sell more?
Yes, how do you get more of the spend from them?
And using the right technology, we could make the right recommendations to individuals. So if I know that Matthew likes his Diet Coke and nachos, and every time he typically buys that, but this time he only bought his Diet Coke, when he walks into the theater, when he's making an order, I can upsell him the nachos.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I can even name it, like I say, Matthew's combo, right? By personalizing it, by making sure that we're connecting with the customers and understanding what they like, we're able to drive increased conversion and higher basket size.
Okay, so you want to say something?
I was going to say let's finish the
let's keep going. That's what I was going to say.
Right. So here's your order summary. You have your ticket. I bought my 2 tickets, my Junior Mint, my large Diet Coke, and because I qualified for that promotion that we saw, buy 2 tickets, get a free popcorn. The promotion engine understood that and said, okay, I'm going to add a popcorn and I'm going to put a coupon in there. Now, one of the very interesting things is that for the customers that don't buy concessions today, by providing them interesting promotions like this, we get them into the concession line. So they buy popcorn, we give them a popcorn, and now they're buying a soda and some nachos or a candy. So it's our way to kind of, increase conversion, right? So there's a lot of optionality. All of this is up to the exhibitors themselves. We've built a platform. None of this is required for them to turn on or off, but we have recommendations. We have kind of smart technology mechanisms to drive incremental growth for them. Right, so we have our one-click credit card on file. This is the same company Uber and Airbnb uses. It's very secure. But the magic of the app is here. So I bought my 2 tickets and concessions, but look how many people I've invited, right? My hypothesis is I'm not going to get all these people to go, but can I get one more person to go to the group?
We have a chat room at the bottom. You can plan your night out. Like, let's meet at the restaurant. Let's meet at my house, and we'll walk over to the theater.
And we're seeing really great engagement in that.
So what are you saying? So if I invite all these people, this will pop up on the same app on their phones.
That's right.
Exactly. Right, and say you're being invited to this app. Then they can actually start messaging to the group, sort of questions. Isn't that the same as this movie or whatever? And questions and answers, and you can actually drive to. This is why I'm watching the movie. Please come and watch it with me.
How can we make it very actionable? Yeah. Right. Here's the time. Here's the show. Here's the place. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and buy an invite. And what's going to happen is every single person on that list is going to get a push notification if they have the app, or if they don't have the app, my puck went out again.
That's the Vegas internet for us.
Or if they don't have the app, they're going to get a text message that has a link to the mobile web. So you don't need an account, you don't need the app. We allow guest checkout, but in fact, almost everybody downloads the app. So
I won't be able to share this as well in the video, but what I can show you quickly is Amish has invited me, and I'll show you how quick it happens. He invited me to the movie. It launches and says, do you want to join Amish at this location for this movie, this time with these people? And I can click join. It allows me to invite other friends. It allows me to buy my tickets and my concessions. And then 4 clicks later, I've joined his group. I get my own ticket on my phone, and he gets a message saying, I'm coming. And everyone else in the group gets the same message saying, Amish is going, Matthew's going, and now James is at home on his couch saying, you know what, I should come too. Right?
and this is the big deal, right? So
Max has joined. People keep coming, and we call it the positive peer pressure.
That's right.
Right.
Come join your friends.
That's right.
So you could see people are just adding in Tara, Max, Matthew. They're all starting to join, because the best part is when if I ask you the question, hey, let's go to the movies, it's a very vague, open-ended question where there's a lot of ways to basically people say no. But if I ask you very specifically, I say, let's go see Demolition at 7:40 at your local theater with all your best friends, it becomes a very specific, actionable plan to say yes to, right? And that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to make it easy to say yes.
Convenient and friction-free.
That's exactly right.
Exactly. And what we're seeing is we're adding audience. The theaters where we're located, we're adding audience, especially amongst younger people who are
friction-free usually means
on their phones, and they're coming.
That's exactly right. So that's us in a nutshell. And when they walk into the theater, they use this QR code to scan and they get their tickets and get their concessions.
Okay, well, this sounds fantastic. So a lot of cinema owners watch my videos. So how do they get into this, and what will this cost to them? What's the model for them?
Yeah, so the answer is it doesn't cost very much. We take a piece of the ticket, we take a small piece of the concessions, we work out individual deals with individual exhibitors, and we want to get...
cover all the credit card processing, the bad debt, the fraud, all of that stuff. So
we provide all the redemption hardware in the theaters, so the scanners, technology. So we're trying to be like Open Table, create a great platform that everyone can use. And so we welcome all exhibitors, large and small. Give us a call. We're available on atomtickets.com. They can email us, and we can set them up this year.
That's a good point. So that you're not you're agnostic in terms of cinema chains. It's a goal of you to say, I'm not going to only work with any particular chain. You'll work with anyone who comes along.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right. We want to be completely friendly and open to all exhibitors who are interested in this. We believe that bringing the right technology, the right e-commerce techniques to bear on the ticketing space is going to drive incremental audience and value for everyone.
And we think it's great. It's a rare case where it's really a win-win-win. Consumers win, exhibitors win, studios win.
Yeah.
If we can get more people to come and make it easy for the consumers, everyone's happy.
That's right. It sells more tickets, which is better for the industry.
That's exactly what we
Sells
want.
more popcorn, better
That's
for the
right.
industry, makes consumers happy and come more often, better for them. They
Right.
enjoy their night out.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
It's probably one of the more interesting, from my perspective, who's a geek, a tech geek, and I also study a lot of the social networking and other aspects of the tech industry. This is definitely a big thrust from the Silicon Valley side of the industry into our industry. So I thought that was a very interesting product to show off to this year at CinemaCon. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
And your names again?
Matthew Bacall.
Amish Palaja.
Thanks, guys. And this is James Gardner at CinemaCon 2016. Bye for now.